Amici del cuore tassellato, ben ritrovati. Vi do qualche indicazione sulla puntata di stasera. Partiremo subito con una bellissima intervista a Lorenzo Camporese Team Honda-Nils di Livia Lancelot e Giacomo Gariboldi, Honda CRF 250R, per il nuovo campionato del mondo Supercross. Nuovo campionato, nuovo format di gare, sarà sicuramente uno spettacolo con tantissimi campioni al via. Cosa dire? Cerchiamo di fare il tifo per Lorenzo Camporese, visto che è l'unico italiano che ha fatto 9 main event nelle main Supercross e sicuramente non ci deluderà neanche in questo campionato. A seguire ci saranno le immagini bellissime, 26 minuti di pura emozione per il motocross delle nazioni svoltosi a Red Bud in Michigan negli Stati Uniti, per il motocross delle nazioni, con la vittoria del team americano, il secondo posto dei francesi, il terzo posto degli australiani. Quarto posto bellissimo dei nostri tre moschettieri, Antonio Cairoli, Mattia Guadagnini e Andrea Adamo. Ci hanno regalato emozioni a non finire, bravi, bravi, bravi. Un in bocca al lupo va a Antonio Cairoli, visto che questa era la sua ultima gara della sua carriera, dove ha ben figurato e dove ha portato i due giovani appunto ad ottenere delle bellissime prestazioni. Cosa dire? Grazie Antonio Cairoli. Dopodiché ci saranno anche gli highlights delle gare, per cui ulteriori emozioni e ulteriore adrenalina da poter spendere a video. Vi lascio alle immagini e poi noi ci vediamo per i saluti finali. Grazie.
Big right hand turn. You see the 29 and he's right there. It's the Yamahas going 1 and 2. So Christian Craig did what he has not been able to do the last few races, and that's get in front of his teammate, Ricky. The question is, can he stay there over the course of the next 6 minutes plus 1 lap?
Well, of course he can. This is going to be an interesting battle to me, because I think all the pressure is on the 29 of Christian Craig, because he's becoming to be in a must-win situation. We're running out of time here. We got this weekend tonight. We go to Orlando next weekend, and then these guys won't see another race. These East Coast 250 guys won't see another race till we get to the season finale in Salt Lake City. So, I mean, a lot on the line for both of these guys, but in my opinion, all the pressure is on the 29 of Christian Craig.
No question about it. It is go time for Christian Craig if he wants any shot at the title. Current standings, Colt Nichols 122, Christian Craig 111, 11 points back.
And this time, Ricky, an interesting test, isn't it, for these two guys, seeing them in the same heat. When I spoke to Christian Craig earlier, I said, do you have to win here tonight? What's the goal? He said, well, I just have to get ahead of Colt. And we could see how motivated he was there sitting in the gate. And for his confidence, this must be huge right now. Before this race, he said, I've got to make these tables turn on him. He's like, he's got all this momentum, and Colt Nichols is on him right now, guys, but you know he's going to want to hold him off.
Holy cow, these guys are racing like it's the East-West showdown, and the 64, the points leader, takes over the lead away from his teammate, number 29. Christian Craig shuffled back to second place, and Ricky, they came over the finish line like, dude, serious?
Well, Colt tried to make a pass up the inside before the finish line and wasn't able to do it. Christian Craig's like, whoa, what's going on here? But Christian was in a perfect position coming into that left-hander after the finish line. Daniel?
And this is totally fine. If you ask Will Hahn, the team manager, he said these guys are okay to race hard. They can race aggressive. Don't worry about getting into each other. Just don't take each other down. He doesn't want them to cost each other points. But in a heat race or a main event, he said it's an individual sport. You guys are individuals. Handle your business. Be aggressive. Just don't hit the ground.
Daniel, that being said, how important is it?
E come promesso, Lorenzo Camporese. Ciao Lorenzo, come stai? Partiamo subito a bomba, raccontaci e raccontiamo tutto quello che è successo in questo periodo. Abbiamo tenuto nascosto, come da ordini ricevuti, la notizia. Dai, parlacene tu.
Allora, sì, come ha detto Adriano, intanto ciao a tutti, abbiamo una bellissima notizia, anche merito di Adriano che mi ha aiutato in questa occasione e mi aiuterà in questa avventura. Honda-Nils, condotta da Livia Lancelot e Giacomo Gariboldi. Honda, quindi 250 per il WSX, che è il World Supercross Championship, un nuovo format, un nuovo campionato del mondo. L'unica cosa che rimane sempre la stessa è la difficoltà delle gare.
Sì, anche perché noi abbiamo visto in anteprima e purtroppo non possiamo divulgare le immagini del tracciato, ma è sulla falsariga di quello che abbiamo visto nel campionato EMA Supercross quest'anno e negli anni precedenti. Per cui non dovresti avere tante difficoltà, questo tenendo sempre le dita incrociate. Cosa dire? Unico campionato che si può fregiare del titolo di campionato del mondo sotto l'egida della Federazione Internazionale
Sì.
Motociclistica. Cosa importante, gare importantissime. Si partirà a Cardiff, noi partiremo il 6 per fare la gara all'8 e cercheremo di tornare a casa con un sorriso ancora più grande.
Assolutamente, assolutamente. Il 6 abbiamo già come si dice, uno schedule, una lista di cose da fare, foto, video, andare allo stadio,
Sì.
venerdì le prove, le qualifiche, tutto un format nuovo anche per noi da scoprire, quindi
Sì.
ci piacerebbe, come piace a me, non sono sicuro anche ad Adriano, darvi più informazioni possibili, ma è una cosa nuova per tutti. Adesso sicuramente se starete sintonizzati daremo tutte le informazioni live giorno per giorno, ora per ora, anche nel giorno gara,
Sì.
tramite i nostri social network, e non vediamo l'ora.
Sì, è un'avventura e diciamo che questo viaggio che stiamo per intraprendere insieme, come abbiamo fatto anche l'anno scorso e 2 anni fa, finalmente si arriva a un punto importante anche nella tua carriera. Hai vinto tanto, hai vinto tanti campionati nel Supercross, hai dimostrato di essere un pilota che può stare nei primi 10 o nei primi 15 delle EMA Supercross. Adesso andremo a dimostrare che puoi combattere anche in questo nuovo campionato. Campionato che ha nuove regole che tu non sai, ma io le so perché mi sono informato. Il format è questo per la SX2. Allora, tutti i 22 piloti partiranno al cancelletto per i tempi, per le qualifiche, per prendere il cancelletto di partenza nelle hit. Ci saranno 2 hit, saranno 2 hit da 5 giri e si lotterà per avere sempre la partenza al cancelletto migliore. Però hanno inventato anche una cosa molto simpatica. Chi avrà il cancelletto migliore, quello che potrà scegliere il cancelletto per primo, sarà quello che avrà fatto il tempo migliore nelle hit. Per cui sì, è
no.
completamente sì, sì. È così.
Non è più quasi
Dopodiché,
all'arrivo.
sì, Sì. Per cui ci sarà un pilota che magari è arrivato quinto perché ha avuto dei problemi durante la gara, che però ha fatto il giro più veloce, sarà lui a scegliere il cancelletto di partenza. Ci saranno 3 race, 3 gare, per cui la prima sarà di 6 giri, la seconda sempre di 6 giri e la terza di 10 giri. Per cui chi prenderà più punti nelle 3 gare chiaramente vince l'evento. Sarà un po' diverso per la 450, ci saranno 8 giri, 8 giri e 12 giri e il format, ci sarà una top pole position, è una cosa un attimino, un pochettino più, leggermente più complessa. Chiaramente gli organizzatori stanno cercando di dare un impulso nuovo a quello che è il Supercross che abbiamo visto fino all'altro ieri.
Certo.
Per cui bisogna partire ultra, ultra bene, come si diceva fuori onda.
Sì.
Come ti trovi con la Honda CRF 250, Red Moto, Omec e soprattutto Nils che è il main sponsor?
Guarda, ti dico la
Davvero
verità,
grazie a
io
tutti questi.
assolutamente.
Eh.
Io sai come da un po' di anni ho un cuore forgiato di verde, no? Io sono appassionato e innamorato del mio Kawasaki, però devo dire la verità che anche con questa Honda qua mi trovo veramente bene. Ciclisticamente parlando è addirittura meglio del mio Kawasaki e meglio anche delle altre moto che ho mai avuto il piacere di provare e anche motoristicamente adesso grazie a Tomasin, il preparatore che sta seguendo lo sviluppo del motore di questa Honda 250, siamo
Certo.
riusciti a trovare un buon compromesso tra velocità e durata, mettiamola così.
Sì, anche perché poi hai un'altra bella collaborazione che è con la Poletti Suspension che ti curerà
Assolutamente.
appunto le sospensioni. Anche lì sei in buonissime mani, plurivincitori di mondiali a raffica, per
Sì.
cui
Guarda, ti dico solo che negli ultimi 10 giorni penso di essere andato da Swan, che è un collaboratore di Poletti, penso 8 volte, perché abbiamo fatto un sacco di prove con la scusa che lui ha la sede vicino alla pista dove che mi alleno ad
sì.
Albertino Castellari, e sono praticamente sempre lì a fare piccoli cambiamenti, no?
Eh,
Abbiamo avuto, come Adriano, tu sai meglio di me,
io-
pochissimo preavviso a differenza da tutti gli altri piloti. Io sono stato uno degli ultimi che ha avuto la conferma, circa un mese e mezzo, 2 prima,
circa 2.
quindi abbiamo dovuto concentrare tutto tra sponsor, abbigliamento, sospensioni, moto nuova, ricambi, tutto in neanche 2 mesi.
Oh, siamo sempre le solite io e te. Quando cerchiamo di fare le cose nel migliore dei modi, mettiamo tanta passione, tanto tempo e tanti mal di pancia. Però
Sì.
per fortuna questa volta, e devo dire veramente grazie a Giacomo Gariboldi che ha ascoltato le mie parole e un mio suggerimento, per cui penso che nessuno dei due, né io né te, deluderemo questo approccio che abbiamo avuto appunto col team plurivincitore di mondiali a
Assolutamente.
raffica. Che cosa ti aspetti? So che praticamente stai aspettando di partire, sei carico a molla, ti stai allenando 12 volte al giorno, non so come fai. Infatti,
Sì.
prima della registrazione appunto di questa intervista mi hai detto, guarda che sono brutto stasera perché non mi sono sentito bene.
Eh sì, beh, considerando che avevo, tra virgolette, mollato un pochettino, no, da pilota professionista e mi ero concentrato molto di più sul lavoro, senza togliere tempo ovviamente a quelle qualche gara che io avevo piacere di partecipare, ma ovviamente non dando più la priorità
Certo.
massima al motocross, ero molto più incentrato sul lavoro e adesso in questi, come abbiamo detto qua, mese e mezzo, 2/2, perché alla fine tra una cosa e l'altra poi
Sì.
passano i giorni per anche incastrare le cose, ho dovuto concentrare, no, come il concentrato di pomodoro,
Il solito, il
tutto il
solito, il
sapore, tutto
solito.
l'allenamento possibile e immaginabile per riuscire a recuperare le ore, il feeling, tutto. Quindi intenso è la parola che
Sì,
userei.
anche perché hai dovuto accelerare tutto il processo di adattamento, in più
Assolutamente.
abbiamo dovuto seguire tu da una parte e io dall'altra tantissime cose che vanno dietro a questo tipo di evento,
Sì.
per cui la preparazione, la divulgazione a livello comunicativo verso aziende, verso tantissime situazioni che veramente arriviamo anche, non dico stanchi, siamo carichissimi. La stanchezza ci passerà nel momento in cui entreremo in questo fantastico stadio a Cardiff che ha una capienza di 80.000 persone, è uno stadio addirittura col tetto semovibile, rimovibile, non so, richiudibile nel caso ci sia pioggia, per cui sarà un evento incredibile. Ci saranno tanti piloti al via che tra parentesi molti conosci.
Certo.
Allora, diciamo, nella 450 parliamo nella classe maggiore, abbiamo il top della gamma con il
Sì.
fresco vincitore anche del Nazioni che è Eli Tomac, Ken Roczen, Dean Wilson, ce ne sono tantissimi.
Tantissimi, veramente. Penso che
Come ti...
tra la 2,5 e la 4,5 ci siano 5 o 6 campioni del mondo, forse di più
eh,
anche,
sì.
forse anche di più.
Anche perché alcuni si sono retrocessi per darti un po' di fastidio, ma io sono
Sì.
sicuro, te l'ho detto, cura la partenza, cerca di partire
Nella
nel
due e
miglior...
mezzo ci sono 4 piloti ognuno di loro ha vinto almeno un campionato del mondo.
Sì, sì, sì,
Sì.
sì. Per
Direi
cui
che va bene, no?
è una bellissima esperienza, ma anche tu, il timore reverenziale, non penso che tu ne abbia. Sei abituato a correre in ambienti con dai 45.000 spettatori ai 70.000, per cui non penso sia questo il l'ago che farà
No.
pendere la
L'unica
bilancia.
cosa, io sono molto concentrato su me stesso, sto cercando veramente di trovare tutta l'energia, tutto quello che posso fuori da me e sono veramente, anche se magari sembra brutto dirlo, sono veramente incentrato su di me come pilota, come persona, come atleta e quindi spererò di riuscire a concentrarmi appunto su quello che faccio io senza badare a dove sono e cosa sto facendo, ma
Bravo.
cercare di farlo al meglio.
E forse è il primo anno dove c'è un pochettino più di tranquillità, non la tranquillità assoluta, pur essendo in un team pluricollaudato che ha partecipato chiaramente ai campionati del mondo, anche perché vieni da esperienze, le abbiamo vissute
Certo,
insieme. Io da casa volevo esserti di supporto, spero di esserlo stato.
certo.
E insomma, una moto, un meccanico, andare in America a fare 9 main event comunque in 2 anni e così, insomma. Per fortuna qualcuno se n'è accorto, con una leggera spinta, ma se n'è accorto e ti dà questa grande possibilità. Cerchiamo di sfruttarla al massimo anche perché sarà un bel trampolino di lancio poi per il 2023,
Speriamo.
laddove insomma puntiamo molto anche per l'anno prossimo.
Speriamo.
Speriamo che vada tutto in porto.
Sarebbe una bella possibilità quella di prendere queste due gare come, diciamo, come hai detto tu, trampolino di lancio per poi magari
Sì.
andare a fare un continuo di stagione in America e magari si spera anche sempre con l'aiuto di Honda, di Giacomo, della Livia o
Sì.
comunque se non in forma ufficiale, magari in forma ufficiosa o in via...
Sì, con un
no,
aiuto, un
aiuto, sì,
assistito, un
certo, con un
assistito.
aiuto. E per poi ritornare qua l'anno prossimo dove ci sarà il campionato completo con più tappe verso
Sì, si
giugno-luglio.
parla, si parla di 6 gare, però è ancora nella nebulosa la
Mhm.
storia delle gare che si verranno a
Certo,
fare.
però appunto ne parlavamo anche l'altro giorno io e te, dicevamo che sarebbe una
Sì,
bella cosa poter appunto avere l'opportunità di stare negli Stati Uniti, avere e fare una
sì.
preparazione consona assieme appunto delle gare per poi tornare qui.
Consona soprattutto al potenziale che hai dimostrato in questi anni,
Sì, sì,
anche perché andare con una moto standard o semi standard o con una preparazione, posso dirlo,
sì, certo.
da 3.000 euro
Sì, sì, più o meno.
circa e a entrare in finale e addirittura in una hit partire anche in testa, insomma, questo la
Guarda,
dice lunga sul tuo potenziale.
c'è stata una giornata di test dove abbiamo fatto delle prove partenza perché alla fine il team è nuovo, come sono nuovi i piloti, come è nuovo il format, anche il team
Eh
è
sì,
nuovo in questa esperienza e nonostante abbiano vinto tanti campionati del mondo, non hanno l'esperienza in questo campo, nel Supercross, perché alla fine
certo,
è sempre con le stesse moto, ma ha molte sfaccettature diverse, quindi anche loro hanno dovuto fare i loro test e provare le
certo.
loro cosine. Mentre facevamo una sessione di test, ho sentito una frase. Qualcuno chiedeva a qualcun altro e diceva: ma le partenze, la moto parte bene, non parte bene, la moto comunque partiva bene, eh.
Eh.
E questa persona qua ha detto: io non mi preoccuperei su come parte la moto, perché ho visto Lorenzo partire davanti con qualsiasi cosa. Quindi questa è stata una frase che si collega al fatto delle partenze
Una bella soddisfazione questa, anche perché penso che sia stata la gara dove avevi dovuto montare il motore standard.
Sì, esatto,
Questa
esatto.
qua bisogna raccontarla perché sono
Sì.
aneddoti che nella storia che abbiamo raccontato del Supercross appunto con Lorenzo, di questi aneddoti ne potremmo dire centinaia proprio. Per cui
Sì,
bravo e
esatto.
finalmente c'è un'occasione da poter sfruttare nel migliore dei modi. In rosso ti vedo benissimo, un marchio a cui sono molto affezionato è Red Moto, Omec, la Nils, la Livia, Gariboldi e Fabio De Rin che sarà il vostro tecnico in pista e vi
Gran
seguirà per
persona e
tutto
gran
il
meccanico.
campionato.
Siamo stati un paio di giorni insieme in pista e veramente è stato un piacere vederlo lavorare. Ha proprio le mani presente come nei cartoni quando
Sì, sì.
eh, il
È
protagonista
un
comincia a
cartone
fare
animato
cose
lui.
incredibili. Nel senso che proprio lo vedi
Bravissima
che
persona e bravissimo tecnico, per cui anche lui fa un salto, diciamo, nel buio da una parte perché anche lui, per lui il Supercross è una cosa sconosciuta, ma con la tua esperienza penso che tu possa portare esperienza anche al team.
assolutamente mi sarebbe una
Per
cosa,
cui
è proprio un
spero che
piacere.
sfruttino questa grande opportunità. Cosa dire, Lorenzo? Non ti rubo più del tempo, ci sono tante cose, ma ne avremo tante da raccontare e centrerò proprio la trasmissione su tutto quello che succede in questo campionato, ma soprattutto su di te per far venire fuori il pilota che ho sempre stimato, che ho
Grazie.
sempre seguito nel Supercross, che è il mio amore principale, ecco. Per cui, Lorenzo, noi ci vediamo il giorno 6 in
Certo,
aeroporto,
assolutamente.
faremo il viaggio insieme, avremo modo di raccontare un po' anche questo viaggio che ci porta verso lo stadio per la prima gara. Per cui carichissimi, e ci vediamo a
Assolutamente.
Cardiff per la prima gara di campionato del mondo Supercross con chi? Con Lorenzo Camporese, Team Honda-Nils.
E
Bravo Lorenzo,
Motocross My Passion con Adriano Narducci.
avanti tutta. Ciao Lorenzo, ciao ciao.
The 2022 edition of the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations brings us back to Red Bud, which last hosted this event 4 years ago. On that occasion, Team USA as hosts could only manage 5th, leaving France, led by Gauthier Paulin, to claim the Chamberlain Trophy for a 5th consecutive year. After being unable to take part in last year's Nations, Team USA hope that now is the time to end their 11-year wait to stand on the top step of the podium for the 23rd time. They have reigning AMA champion Eli Tomac leading their team. But it won't be easy for our hosts. Defending champions Team Italy are led by legendary Tony Cairoli, while 2019 winner the Netherlands have Glenn Koldenoff at the helm, who went 1-1 here 4 years ago. 6-time champions Team France have turned up with a strong team, which includes 2-time winner Dylan Ferrandis and former MX2 champion Maxime Renault. However, Australia arrive with arguably their strongest ever lineup and a good chance of winning for the very first time. The scene is set for a classic showdown at the 75th edition of the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations.
Take us for a lap around Red Bud. Through the first 180 turn, over the Fox whole shot line and past pit lane into turn 2, this time a 180 left. A short straight takes us back and down the straight in the opposite direction, through the 90-degree right-hand turn that is turn 3, and then stepping down beneath the Liqui Moly banner. Towards turn 4, there will be a lot of braking bumps and ruts in this turn. And a great passing opportunity as well as we hit the bitchy jump, that small double. Some riders get over it, some don't. Either way, we arrive here at this next turn, turn 5. A short, sharp double jump into a sand section before getting on the gas and tripling up over the second Monster Energy jump on the track to the top end of the circuit. We then go through this left-hander, and as we drop downhill, compared to when we were here in 2018, we have a track change. We used to continue to the next jump there, but we revert through the 180 right up the incline into this next left-hander. The same circuit they use in the American Outlaw Series. We continue downhill through the next 90-degree right, and then we hit the FC Moto tabletop jump before going left and back uphill in the opposite direction into the main fan zone of this racetrack here at Red Bud. Talladega turn, they call this one. Banks to the outside, pretty fast as well. As we swing through there, it's downhill. There'll be a lot of braking bumps before we turn left through the 90 degrees. Over the Monster Energy tabletop here, and again, we're in the other side of the valley now. You can go outside or inside. Either way, when we get on the gas, we're into the wave section. A big, giant sand roll section, about 8-9 waves through there. When you get to the right-hander, you either go tight or rail the outside. The exit leads to the city tabletop. This plunges the riders back downhill, and we're just a few corners away from the finish line here. Through the left-hander. If you get it right, you triple Morocco's lead, about 35 meters from point to point. You go left, and then right. This is the final turn before the Monster Energy finish line jump just here. And as we come into land, the short straight takes us to the final left-hand turn on the track, and that leads the riders back down the start straight towards turn 1 to start another lap here at Red Bud. riders per team. Numbers are allocated according to the previous year's result. For example, the defending champions take numbers 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 races on Sunday. Each rider races twice. Where you finish is what you score. First is 1 point. 10th is 10 points. The best 5 out of the 6 results count. The worst results get dropped. The lowest team total wins.
Had a really good season for me, second overall in the outdoors was really good. Had a really good battle with Eli, and to be picked for this race, it being on home soil here in the US and it being only 2.5 hours from my house where I grew up is really special to me, and I wouldn't want to have my First Nations be anywhere else.
Your debut is always, you learn a lot. You take everything in and you put it towards the next time, which is now. Put everything to use that I got in Assen, and now it's here on home soil. I think it's going to be a little bit easier on us.
These two have both raced in the nations before this, and this is my first one, so I'm definitely leaning on them for advice, and it's cool. I think we have a good brotherhood between all 3 of us.
It's time for us to step it up. It's nice to be back here, but don't want to remember 2018. It's been a long time since the USA has won this event, so it would mean a lot. I've never been on the top step at this event. It's nothing like anything else we race the whole year, so it's a great feeling being here, and see how it goes.
11 years since we brought it home. This is, I think, one of our best chances to do so, home soil, and we're looking forward to bringing it this weekend. I think everyone has the same goal in mind, which is winning, and that's what we're here to do. It's going to be tough, and I think we're up for the challenge.
It feels great to be back here in the team. We have a really good atmosphere in the team, and we really get along well together.
It feels amazing. It's something new for me, so I'm really looking forward to it. I just have to do my own thing and do the same what I do every single weekend. Just have fun and do all what I can. Yeah, that's all. Ribs or scrubs. Show must go on.
Only in practice.
Show must go on.
I was definitely unlucky the last time I was here, so coming into this weekend I have a bit of revenge and a little bit more excitement and motivation to do well.
Last year was quite disappointing, to say the least. We always go for the win, so we do this year. I know it's quite difficult. There are a lot of strong teams, but I guess we are one of them. Maybe on paper not the strongest, but we always go for the win, but I think we should be happy if we make it to the podium.
Started to fall. They have prepared the track as best they could after the B final. It's going to be sticky in places, it's going to be better in others, but it's going to be an interesting first race, and all eyes over on the left hand side of the gates. Tomac through the middle, it's going to be Tomac and Jago Geerts looked like he hit neutral as he came through there, but it's the American Eli Tomac and Maxim Renault second, Seguirà in third. Separated by 3/4 of a second now as they enter the final sector of this racetrack. So are we going to see a pass from fourth to third? And right on cue, Seguirà all over the back of Maxim Renault. This is the battle for third place. scan. Top of the hill, he's found his way past Adamo, so he clears the Italian, moves into 13th. Jeremy Seawer was fourth, but has he lost ground? Well, he's down there, and he had a good gap over Mitch Evans, but all of a sudden, knowing that his teammate is out of the race, putting himself under pressure, maybe that's why the mistake came. Side of the bike, he manages to keep it up on two wheels. Just over 2 minutes to go. Here's Hunter Lawrence in 8th. He is the lead MX2 rider. Justin Cooper about 6.5 seconds behind him.
Yeah, this is pretty wild to see Eli Tomac lapping already up. That's Adamo at 15th. Next up would be Team Francis Martin-Moscan.
Around this Red Bud circuit here for Eli Tomac, who is on his final lap here in race 1. 3 quarters from taking his first ever race win in a Motocross of Nations event. But Eli Tomac has been solid here in race 1, and the American will win race 1 here. Jago Geerts crosses the line second for Belgium. Maxime Renault is a long way down, about 48 seconds down actually for third.
Last year when we won, I say, oh, I would love to, to run the #1 plate next year. It's my favorite race of the year. Yeah, that's why I keep a little bit riding and did some rounds here in US. We don't lose too much, the race mode.
Last year was my first time. It was really special to win in Italy, and we try to do the same this year.
My first time here at the Nation, so I'm really excited and more excited to be here in America. Just excited and really looking forward for tomorrow. I want to just go down on the bike and see what I can do. Normally we ride for ourselves, and this race is for the team, so for the Team Italy, so it's a bit different.
We have to work as a team, also during the race, during the weekend, the whole weekend, to make team work, not just our race. So that's the most important thing, and we try to do the best.
We are riding the #1, so it's never relaxed when you're riding this number. Big race, a lot of good teams, so it's always pressure.
First MXoN, excited to be wearing these colours, so I just can't wait to get out there, hopefully getting a good result. And yeah, we end up making the decision to go 450 when to next year I'm racing outdoors on 450. Excited to be back kind of a little bit on the MXGP program with the 2 days, I'm more relaxing.
I like the format, it's more like laid back, casual, no stress. America, it's pretty brutal. It's just like go, go, go the whole Saturday, so it's cool.
The three of us represented Team Australia in 2014 in Belgium at the World Juniors. Certainly, it's not our first time, so we already feel comfortable with each other.
We all think we can win, so any little edge, any little advantage would be awesome.
For sure, we're certainly confident, and we're looking forward to a good weekend. A lot of things need to go right at this event, but yeah, if we keep our head on our shoulders and focus on the job at hand, we can certainly come away with a good result.
It is raining right now at the racetrack here at Red Bud. It is MX2 and Open. Who will it be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot? USA leading the way at the moment in the general classification, but Justin Cooper is going to be over on the inside there. Chase Sexton a little bit further down for the USA. Anstey gets a good start from the inside for GB, or is it Tommy Searle actually? And Searle goes down! So GB and Ferrandis in there as well, 15. And the German in there is the Italian, Mattia Guadagnini, who leads the way for Italy. Sexton will not be able to triple up the hill, and Guadagnini makes sure of that. Quick pull of the roll-off set. Oh! Hunter Lawrence, Jet Lawrence casing the triple at the top of the hill. We have lost his brother, Hunter Lawrence. He's down in 19th place at the moment. So uphill into the next left-hander. He touched with maybe Cooper. So I think him and Justin Cooper tagged. Lawrence goes down, and he's now currently in 18th place. Chase Sexton to get on terms with him, gets alongside him at the top of the hill. He goes to the inside. Guadagnini should, and a mistake there from Sexton as well. So all of a sudden, Jet Lawrence back into play. The three riders separated by less than a second. Chase Sexton right there in second position. Eli Tomac was victorious in the first race, and he takes his opportunity. And I have to pull Ricky Johnson off the ceiling because Sexton goes into the lead, and it's another 1 point place for the Americans at the moment as Sexton leads. But what a fantastic job for Guadagnini.
Guadagnini's the only one to clear LaRocco's lead.
He was doing that early in the practice yesterday, and he's going to find a way around the outside here. And Guadagnini, half a lap after being taken, finds his way back into the lead. Italy lead once more. Crucial points with every single place. And he tries to go around the outside here. Guadagnini knows he's there. He runs him on the exit of turn 1. Back under pressure from Jet Lawrence, and he closes down the Australian, who runs it down the inside of Sexton. An apology there from the young Australian, but he moves into second position. A decisive move. Very reminiscent of his Dutch skills from his time in Europe. He's all of a sudden found some speed, and he charges down the inside, takes the lead away from Guadagnini. It's Australia and Jet Lawrence who lead in race 2. The outside line here. Can he commit a mistake from Guadagnini on the way in? Can Sexton cut back out of the turn? Yes, he can. And it's bar to bar as they charge down into turn 7. This time, Sexton has moved into second position. Another vital point for the USA. So Dylan Ferrandis trying to get up the inside of Ruben Fernandez. Meanwhile, Jet Lawrence, an absolutely dominating display here, wins for Australia, his first ever Motocross of Nations event, and it's his first race win.
So first time here in Red Bud. I'm very lucky to have two teammates that know really good the track. They are also like old guys, so they can advise me a lot and learn me a lot. So it's really nice to be with them.
Just the love for this event is giving us a lot of motivation and a lot of power, and sharing this emotion together, and to all have the same goal of winning under the same flag.
To be selected is an honor, and very exciting challenge as well to get back on the 250. The 250 is a really fun bike. So obviously the last time I've raced it was in 2015. So great memories back in France for the Motocross of Nations in Ernée. To get back on the 250 is a big change, but I've been enjoying it.
It's really great to be here to represent Team France with such a good team. I'm really proud of it, so let's make the best out of it.
Team Nation, the biggest mistake is to be confident. Everything can happen, and you have to keep the head cold. For sure on the paper, we're a strong team. Everybody is capable of winning his class. The goal is to win as a team.
Renault, and for now, look at that, France versus second, and US there in third with Chase Sexton. And Yarno Gibbs goes down, and Tomac in the back of him as well. Evans goes down for Australia. Down in 34th place, Mitch Evans from Australia. Guadagnini down there as well. But where is Hunter? Jet Lawrence is in 6th position. Yeah, Koltnoff down there as well, right at the back. So some big hitters caught out on that opening lap. Meanwhile, Tomac down the inside of Valandra takes a place away from the Dutchman, moves into 9th place. Tomac on the inside of Fernandez and moves into 7th place. Sexton would have seen that right in front of them, and they're able to go around the outside of the number 15. Jet Lawrence also in the 209 to personal best, and he's found his way past Prado and Siwa that time around. So Jet Lawrence has taken a few laps to get himself sorted. The rain starts to come down as well here in Red Bud, Michigan. USA have had a first, a ninth, a fourth, a second. They're currently second and 7th. They throw away that 9. That gives them the 16 points. France are throwing away 14 from the MX2 rider Martin Buscan in the first race of the day. That's why they are on 24 points. But there's only 3 points between France and Australia in the final 2 positions on the podium. It's hard on the brakes. He's going to charge down the inside. Wow, decisive that from Hunter Lawrence. The back end all over the place from Sexton on the exit of the turn. Wins, but Chase Sexton has won the Motocross of Nations for the Team USA for the first time since 2011.
Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations was an amazing way to bring the 2022 season to a close. Team USA have finally ended their 11-year wait to get their hands on the Peter Chamberlain Trophy in front of their adoring fans. It's now time for all of us to pack up for the winter, and we'll see you early next year for the 2023 FIM Motocross World Championship. But now, it's time to celebrate.
Here's what happened in the qualifying races at the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations here at Red Bud, Buchanan, Michigan. Looked like Dylan Wright was the rider that fell getting out of the start, but in this MXGP qualifying race, it was Jeremy Seewer who led the way for Switzerland, Mitch Evans, Australia, the number 4, the Netherlands, Koldenhoff, then Jago Geerts with Eli Tomac around about 10th place. Towards the end of the first lap, Seewer fell, remounted in about 5th position. And a lap or so later, Jago Geerts made this pass at the top of the hill to find his way into the lead, passing the Australian, Mitch Evans. Tomac was on a charge though when he found his way past the number 13 of Maxime Renault. That put him into 6th, and from there, he started a real charge. He caught Jorge Prado to move into 5th, and before the end of the lap, he found his way past the number 4, round the outside, Glenn Koldenhoff, to move into 4th place. Late on in the race, Jeremy Seewer then moved into 2nd as he eased past Mitch Evans. That was about 4 laps to go. And then Evans got passed by the 101 of Tomac. Tomac then moving into 3rd. He eventually found his way past Seewer on the final lap, but it was Jago Geerts who was victorious for Belgium. Tomac 2nd, Seewer 3rd, Evans and Prado, as you see on the screen. Koldenhoff, Renault, Wilson rounding out the top 8. MX2 qualifying race, Guillaume Perez from the middle of the gate. Didn't look like he got a good jump originally, but he swept around the first turn, came out leading as we went into turn 2, but the 102 of Justin Cooper was right there behind him with Hunter Lawrence 114 next. Hardy Munoz was briefly there on the Kawasaki for Chile. Hunter Lawrence just muscled aside the number 2 of Andrea Adamo to move into 3rd place. And as the race went on, Marvin Musquin also found his way past the Italian. That put him up into 4th. About just before the halfway mark, Hunter Lawrence found his way past Guillaume Perez to move himself up a position as Joe Shimoda down from 15th, and he would eventually come home in 11th place. Kaider Wolf did find his way into 5th position with that pass on Adamo, but with 2 laps to go, he had a rear wheel collapse on him. He was classified as 19th. Marvin Musquin wasn't done yet. Moved into 3rd as he found his way past Guillaume Perez of Spain. Adamo came home in 5th as a result of Kaider Wolf's rear wheel problem. But it was a win for the USA this time. Justin Cooper taking the win from Hunter Lawrence, Marvin Musquin, Guillaume Perez, Adamo, Langenfelder, Everts and Munoz. Final qualifying race of the day, the open class. Look to the right-hand side. Dylan Ferrandis, number 15, almost backed himself a whole shot, but it was Calvin Verlander, number 6 of the Netherlands. Ferrandis was there in about 2nd position as the 3 of Guadagnini swept around the outside to move into 3rd. He would fall on the opening lap down to 17th place. Jet Lawrence in a battle with the Spaniard, Ruben Fernandez. Didn't make the pass stick though. Chase Sexton did. He moved from 3rd to 2nd as he passed Dylan Ferrandis, and then as soon as he'd done that, up the inside of Calvin Verlander to take over the lead. And as soon as he'd done that, Ferrandis was also on the rear wheel of Sexton, moving into 2nd position. This time, Jet Lawrence did find his way past Ruben Fernandez. That put him up a position. and then he found his way past Calvin Verlandren with about 4 laps to go to take over third place. Dylan Ferrandis went to the outside here as he was closing on Sexton, but then he wrapped his leg around the rear wheel, lost about 8 seconds as he took it out. But on the final lap, Sexton with about a 5-second advantage washed the front end, and just watch Ferrandis come through in the background now. That was the lead change right there, and it was Ferrandis who went on to win for France. Sexton second, Lawrence third, Fernandez fourth, Verlandren fifth. And as you look at the overall finish of the race, Team USA qualified first, France second, Australia third, Spain and Belgium. Here's what happened at the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations at Red Bud Buchanan in Michigan in the United States. MXGP and MX2 was race 1. Jago Geerts in the baby blue for Belgium grabbed the foxhole shot, but by the time we reached turn 2, the American Eli Tomac riding 101 was in the lead. Maxime Renault for France was in second, Geerts was in third, but down one of the first hills, the Belgian struck early and was into second. Behind him, Jeremy Seewer was defending from the Australian Mitch Evans. Seewer was in a good position, but so too Marvin Muscan, one of the leading MX2 riders this time for France. He eventually found his way past Andrea Adamo. That put him up in a 13th. He'd eventually come home in 14th place as Max Anstey, Great Britain, went out of 26th. Jeremy Seewer, though, he was in 4th, pushing Maxime Renault. He went down hard, picked himself up, did not lose a position, but it was Eli Tomac for the USA picking up the 1 point for the win ahead of the Belgian Jago Geerts, Maxime Renault of France, Jeremy Seewer and Mitch Evans of Australia. And after the first race, the USA were leading the way, obviously with Eli Tomac picking up that important victory. They were on 10 points with their 2 combined scores from Australia, Belgium, France and Italy. Race 2 was MX2 and open class riders, and from the outside gates, Jet Lawrence stormed across, but Tommy Searle from Great Britain, the number 9 rider, he went down. But look at number 15, Dylan Ferrandis, and the 32 of Simon Langenfelder. The foxhole shot went to the number 3 of Italy, Mattia Guadagnini. He was followed by the 103 of Chase Sexton. And Jet Lawrence around the outside. Hunter Lawrence on the left-hand side collided with Justin Cooper at the top of the hill. Cooper went straight on for the USA. Lawrence went down. He would re-emerge in 13th place. Meanwhile, Chase Sexton thought he'd taken over the lead. The fans were ecstatic. They were on their feet. But a few corners later, Guadagnini of Italy bounced back to regain the lead for the Italians. All the while, though, Jet Lawrence was closing in on the background for Team Australia. He found his way past Sexton, and then this pass on Guadagnini put him through into the lead on lap 7 of 15. Calvin Verlandren under attack from the 15 of Dylan Ferrandis, who carved his way up into 6th place. Remember, he fell on the first turn. Another faller was Hunter Lawrence. He got himself up to 11th. He then went down to 13th before finding his way back to 9th and then 10th. Dylan Ferrandis in the wars again, though. A last lap dash up the inside of Ruben Fernandez didn't pay off. He still remained that 6th place behind Ruben Fernandez, but this time it was Jet Lawrence, the open class rider, who was victorious for Australia. Chase Sexton came home for the USA in 2nd, Guadagnini 3rd, Cooper 4th, Fernandez, Ferrandis, Verlandren and Koulas. And that meant after 2 races, the USA were on 16, Australia on 24, France on 32, Italy 25. And that was it. Going into the final race then, all eyes on 3 nations really. Team USA, France and Australia. Maxime Renault emerged with the foxhole shot alongside his teammate Dylan Ferrandis, who took over the lead immediately. Chase Sexton was right there, but Jago Geerts went down, and running over the bike there was also the 101 of Eli Tomac. Mitch Evans got caught out. His teammate went up the inside of him, Jet Lawrence. Mitch Evans would only manage 28 by the time the checkered flag fell. All eyes on the battle for 2nd position, though, but up front, whilst pulling away, Dylan Ferrandis over the bars, went down. He lost the lead, would re-emerge in 6th place. He would eventually find his way back to 5th by the time the flag fell as Calvin Valandren went over the bars. He eventually came home in 14th. He was running up as high as 10th. Chase Sexton felt the wrath of Jet Lawrence. That was for 2nd position. The Australian crew down there like that. He then went after Maxime Renault as Dylan Ferrandis chased down Jeremy Seaworth. These two were fighting over 4th and 5th. Seaworth, though, making a couple of mistakes. Eventually the Frenchman would find his way through. Maxime Renault won the race. Jet Lawrence was 2nd, but when Chase Sexton crossed the line in 3rd place, he, along with his teammate Eli Tomac in 6th, had done enough to be crowned world champions and the winners of the 22 edition of the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations. Renault, your winner in the race from Lawrence, Sexton, Ferrandis, Seaworth and Tomac, but USA winning on 16 points, France 23, Australia 26, Italy and Belgium. And for the USA, their first win in 11 years, their 23rd win now, their 33rd podium. And for Eli Tomac, his first win, he was a silver medalist in 2013, bronze in 14. He had to settle for 5th here last time out in 2018. But USA on top of the world here in America.
I know these don't come easy and they don't come often, so I think back to just the beginning of the day and beginning of the weekend. You know, it felt great as a team. We had great team atmosphere.
This whole weekend has been really a dream come true, being my birthday, and it all worked out. So first win, I can't take that for granted because, like Eli said, they don't come very often, and I'm just so happy. That last race, going off the start, it was key to get out there, and
everything came together for us. We had 6 solid motos as a team, and everyone was working so good together, and the crowd was behind us the whole time. It was an awesome weekend. I would never take this for granted. This is very special to us, and yeah, like you said, it's been 11 years, so that's been pretty dented in our heads.
Ben ritrovati in Motocross My Passion, con questa sono qua con un'icona del mondo dell'enduro. La tabella rossa di Antonio Cairoli. Inizio di stagione in attesa della seconda manche dell'MX2 2017, vince il 5º titolo mondiale, contraddistingue il 2-2-2 Antonio Cairoli. Benvenuti su Motocross My Passion. A ninth title for Cairoli, who came home in 2nd. Max Amsty came home. E vi ricordo, Motocross My Passion c'è.